Good afternoon. How's everybody today? How many of you have never ever been to one of these sales before? You're a little worried that you're about ready to do something really stupid. Somebody will, I guarantee. I'm going to try to prevent that. That's my job today, to try to keep you from doing something dumb. I can't help you if you're hell-bent on it, but I'll try. We're going to go through the rules and regulations of the sale before we conduct it so that everybody knows what's going on here. We get lots of the same questions. Rather answer them all one time than 100 times. In order to bid today, you have to have a valid photo ID. You have to be able to prove who you are, or in some situations, who you're not. You have to have that bid card in your hand before you bid today. Everybody right now has got a yellow bid card. That means you got to sit through what some of the county treasurers call my spiel. You're hearing the spiel today. If you see somebody later on bidding with a blue bid card, it means they got here after we gave the rules. We may ask them to verify a couple things because there are some important requirements to today's sale. One of them is that when you bid, you're accepting everything written on those pages right there. We hid the rules and regulations of the sale on the pages that say rules and regulations. So if you're looking for it, that's where it is. When you bid today, you're bound by everything that's on those pages. Please take a look at them. We're going to go over some of the high points before the sale so that you're familiar with them. A question we get all the time is, can the former owner of this land get it back just by walking into the county building and paying the taxes? The answer to that is no. The law changed like 20 years ago, so if somebody told you that they can, they're a little out of step. There's been a judicial foreclosure process undertaken. We have been to court. There is a court order that vests the title in these lands in the name of the county treasurer. Everybody that had an interest in them, those interests are gone. The judge has cleared all deed and land contract purchasers off title. Mortgages, security agreements, tax liens, municipal utility bills, construction liens, any probate or estate interests in the lands, condo and property owner association fees, all of those things through the time of foreclosure have been removed from the title. Some things are not affected by a tax foreclosure. If you buy something today and there's an easement across the land, it is still there. If the utility company has lines overhead, you can't tell them to move them. If somebody behind you has a piece of property that doesn't have road frontage and they have an easement across what you buy today to get to their piece, that easement is still there. If the mineral rights have been split off and sold to a third party or retained by a former owner, they're still split. That's state law. If the last owner of the land had the mineral rights, you get them today. If they didn't, you don't. If you're buying something today and it's in a condominium, a homeowners or property owners association, you're still subject to their deed restrictions and their fees. Anything sold today that is subject to zoning, local building codes, local ordinances, or health department requirements is still subject to those same rules. It's a condition of sale that any property we sell today that might have crops on it, those crops belong to whoever planted them. If they are annual crops planted this year and intended to be harvested this year, we reserve the right for crops on anything sold today to be harvested by the end of this year by the person that planted them. Anything sold today is sold as is, where is, with all of its faults and defects, whether or not known or unknown, visible or not. There's a perfect example on your screen right there of something that was a little deceiving to me. We sold that piece of property in the first week of August up in the Upper Peninsula in a little place called Segola. That's in Dickinson County, north of Iron Mountain. If you've ever been up and down that road, it's right off the highway, that little house right there. I went around it 2 or 3 times taking pictures, trying to get indoors to take pictures too. Usually it's no trouble because all the doors have been kicked in and I have no trouble getting inside some of these places. That one was a little mysterious because all the doors were locked up tight. I tried peeking in the windows. It's like looking into a mirror. I was a little surprised when I finally got indoors.
That's a crap.
It's not, the good parts are gone. I know, I checked. He did want his lights back though. Remember what I told you about crops?
Yes, I was gonna say, and a
Not
crap.
including. Everything sold today is sold as is, where is, with all of its faults and defects, whether known or unknown. You're getting a quick claim deed today. There are no guarantees, no warranties, no representations made of any kind. We can't guarantee that the well's good. We don't guarantee anything of the kind. You're buying it as it sits right now, even if it's on fire. What you're buying is the legal description of land listed in the book you've got in your hands. Every description has two words. It says legal description. Right after that is either a measured description of land or a subdivision name or condominium development name and a unit or lot number. That's what you're buying. You're not buying the address. You're not buying the pictures. You're not buying what your brother-in-law told you is there. You're buying the land as legally described in the book that you've got in your hands. These properties can and often do have a whole lot of problems. Lead-based paint, asbestos, cracked foundations, leaking roofs, plumbing that has frozen, bad electrical services, underground storage tanks, contamination, property line disputes, lack of access, no extra charge. All sales are final. Please know what you're bidding on. I get it at every sale. Somebody that comes and they haven't looked at anything. They just start looking through that book, seeing what looks good, and they start bidding on it. Then they're not happy with what they bought. Don't be one of those. Know what you're bidding on. There are no refunds. Once you buy it, it is yours. You can't bring it back. When we sell today, here's how it happens. Everybody went through the line out there and registered, and you went to one of the clerks and told them what you were here to bid on today. Out of everything listed in that book, we probably have 4 or 5 pieces that are more popular than everything else. Those get sold first. This is not going to be a long sale today. We should be out of here well before 2 o'clock. Sometimes we get into long sales. We've had sales before that have run till almost midnight. Yeah, buddy. You like that even less than I do because I got to stand up the whole time. So we move the more popular pieces to the front so that a lot of you can get on out of here after we've sold the more popular pieces. Then we go back to the beginning of the book and we're going to sell them in the order that they're listed, skipping the pieces nobody in this room wants to bid on. That's why we had you tell them what you were here and what you were interested in. If there's no interest in a property, we're not going to waste your time trying to sell it to you. We're going to sell the most popular pieces, then we're going to sell what's left that you are interested in. If I have property that nobody's interested in, or I have an online bid that nobody in the room is chasing it, we're just going to skip them just to make things go a little quicker. When we open the bidding, here's how it works. In your book, you're going to see minimum bid. I can't sell anything for any less than that price today. That's what that piece of property owes the county. Our goal today is to sell enough property for enough money to pay those minimum bids on everything in that book. Some of that stuff is not going to sell today. Sometimes we get stuff that has huge minimum bids and nobody wants it. Somebody has to pay those taxes. That's where what we make on one property goes to pay the loss on another tax bill. That's what our goal is here today. So we open up the bidding at either the minimum bid listed in that book or a higher bid if I already have one online. I forget the number right now, but I think I've already got 70 bids or so online. They came in before the sale today till 11 o'clock. Till 11 o'clock this morning, the online bidding was open. If I already have a bid online that's higher than the minimum bid you see in the book, we start with that price. The bidding then increases by the numbers you see on the screen. Until we get to $1,000, the bids go up at least $50 at a time in round numbers. We don't do dollar bidding. 350, 400, 450, 500, just like that. Same between 1,000 and 10,000, same over 10,000. Those are the increments on the screen. Those are the minimum increases. The people online will generally be bidding in those same minimum increases, although the people online and you in the room can do something called jumping the bid. Let's say we've got something in that book that says $500 and you want it really bad. And you look across the way and you see your neighbor sitting over there and he's salivating about buying it out from underneath you. It says $500 and he bids $550. Well, you can stand up and shout out $250,000. I'll bet he sits right back down. That's called jumping the bid. You can do it. Sometimes if I look in my book and I can see that I've got an online bid for something that's $30,000 and it's $600 in the room, and you want to go up $100 at a time to get there, I might encourage you to go faster. I'm not trying to take your money. I just already know what it's going to take for you to buy it. I'm just trying to get us there a little quicker. So that's what jumping the bid is about. We have several ways to bid today. We have you guys bidding here in the room with your bid card. We have bids that were received online this morning until 11 o'clock. I've got a sheet that'll be coming up to my desk here any minute that tells me what those bids are, which pieces they're on, how many bidders there are, and how high they'll go. We also have in the front of the room on the tripod a little camera with a microphone built in. They can see and hear the auction in real time. They can bid against you too if they've given us a pre-authorization on a credit card. I'll remind the online bidders, we had a guy yesterday screaming, hey, he's selling a different property than what you're showing up. There's a delay. There's almost always a delay with the audio and video feed. That's there for general frame of reference as to what's going on in the room. If you want to know exactly what's going on, use the text on your screen if you're bidding live online. It's a lot more accurate as far as time reference than the audio and video feed. If you win today, you have to pay today, and you have to pay in full today. There's no closing date. There's no time to schedule something with your mortgage broker or go drive to Escanaba to borrow money from your aunt. You're paying today within a very short time after the sale is over, the full amount. And we'll get into the math in just a second. If you can't pay today, you shouldn't be bidding today. There's no time afterward to pay. When we sell everything and we finish selling the last piece, we're going to check out our line out there in the lobby, and we're going to take a look around, and if there's nobody screeching into the parking lot, the tops go on the boxes and we go home. That's how it works. If you're bidding online, you will receive an email tonight around midnight giving you instructions on how to pay your online purchases as well. The first $1,000 you give us today, if you did your homework and read the rules and regulations and checked it out online, you know that you should be in possession right now of a $1,000 certified funds check with your name on it. That is a check drawn on a bank or a credit union made out to you in the amount of $1,000. That is your non-refundable deposit, your first $1,000 of purchase. Over and above that, we'll take your personal or business check, money orders, credit cards, or cashier's checks. We take Visa, MasterCard, and Discover only. They charge us 2.75% on the amount put on the card. We add that to your bill as well. We don't take cash. We used to take cash. We used to take a lot of cash, so much cash that the banks were even nervous about it. We stopped doing it after somebody brought us a big bag of it one time that they printed at home. So we just don't take it anymore. It's not safe for you to carry. It's not safe for us to carry. And with all the good printers on the market right now, we just don't want to deal with it. What are you going to pay? If you win today, what is your final price? Here's how the math works. We're going to arrive at a final price here in the room on your purchase. Three things are added to that. 10% is the cost of this sale. That's the buyer premium amount. $30 is what it costs to record your deed. So there's a deed that's going to be created, signed by the county treasurer, sent to the register of deeds. They take an image of it, they index it in their computer system, they mail it back to you. That costs $30 per parcel. The Michigan legislature also says that before you can buy something here today, before you can get the deed, the summer tax bill for that property has to be paid. We could send you off to the city, village, or township to pay it and then make you drive that receipt down to the county building, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to collect that amount today. Each property listed in the book at the end of the description says summer tax due. That's going to be added to your purchase today, collected today, and paid on your behalf to the city, village, or township, saving you a trip, and then we don't have to chase people around to make sure they got it paid. So your math today includes the final bid price, add 10%, add $30, and add the summer tax. That's what you're going to pay today in total. If you need to leave the building, as soon as you win a piece of property, I put the winning bid in the computer in front of me, you can immediately check out. If you need to run to town to get your cashier's check, to get your money from the bank, to go meet your grandma in the parking lot to borrow the money from her, if you need to do that, let the clerks where you checked in know what your bidder number is and how long it's going to take for you to get back. We'll wait a reasonable amount of time, but we're not going to be here tonight at 6 o'clock waiting for somebody. Give them your bidder number and your cell phone. If you have not done so on the website, many people have. If you've already created an online user account and given us the information about the names you want listed on the deed, if you haven't done that yet, there's a form in your book to do it with. It says deed information. Couple of important things about this form. First of all, when you fill it out, use your full legal name. Don't use nicknames. Don't put down Junior or Bubba or Shorty. Use the name that your mama gave you. Put it right on that form. And also, if you're buying property with other people and you're going to be listing them on the deed and you want to put their name on this form, don't, unless you can contact them by phone first. There are a couple of questions you're going to have to ask them, a couple of things you're going to want to verify before you put their name on that form. If you are buying property today with somebody else and you're not married to them, you are required on the deed to basically tell everybody in the world it's going to be listed in the permanent record for this property. What happens to the title of those lands if one of the co-owners passes away? It's a technical legal term, it's called tenancy. What happens if one of the co-owners dies? Does their share go to their own heirs? Does it pass to the other surviving owners? You have to pick one of those options if you're going to have more than one name on the deed today and your parties are not married to each other. The options for that are listed on the page after the deed information form. Take a look at those if you're buying with somebody else today. When you leave, you're not going to get a copy of the deed when you go. It's not even been created yet. We still have to sign it, get it recorded with the Register of Deeds. What you're going to leave here with today is a copy of a receipt. It's our agreement, our contract of your purchase today. Before you sign that, before you leave here today, make sure that you look at this document very carefully. Check the spelling of your name. Check the address. Check the list of the properties that you bought. That 4-digit number that's in the left-hand column of your sale book, make sure that matches. Make sure that the math adds up, that it's exactly what you think you bought today, that the name on it is correct, the address, make sure that everything on that document is right. If there's something wrong on that document, that same data creates your deed and you'll get a deed to a different piece of property. And at these sales, that could be really scary. So make sure that it's correct before you sign it. When you do sign it, here's what you're agreeing to. First of all, you're agreeing that you're bound by the rules and regulations of the book, the things we're talking about right now. You're agreeing that nobody forced you to buy anything here today, that you did it of your own free will, that you're aware of what you're buying, and you're buying it as is in every respect. Another thing that you're agreeing to is that you're indemnifying the county for your actions at the property should you go there before you have the deed. Michigan law is very clear on this. After today's sale, you are not the owner of the property until you have the deed. That takes about 6 weeks for that whole process to get done. We have to let everybody's checks clear. We have to create the deeds, have them signed, take them to the Register of Deeds. They take a picture of it, they enter it in their computer system, they make a copy, they send it back to you. Until that's in your mailbox, you are not the owner of the land. The county specifically in the law has the right to cancel today's sale and issue you a refund if we find a reason legally the property should not have been sold. Very seldom happens. We sell for about 65 counties in the state of Michigan. Once in a great while, maybe one time a year in all of those counties, we have to cancel a sale because right after it, we discover that maybe there was a guardian that was not aware of what was going on, or they were protected by a bankruptcy proceeding in Arizona or something that we did not know about. If we discover such a legal prohibition on selling, the sale gets canceled, you get back what you paid today. Technically, you're not the owner until you have the deed. Don't spend any substantial amount of money on these properties until you have the deed. The sale can be canceled. We should tell you that you cannot enter vacant land, you cannot enter unoccupied buildings, you can't evict anybody from an occupied building until you have the deed. We could tell you that 100 times and make you sign to it and agree to it in the lobby, and we know that you're going to be there by 5 o'clock today anyway, because that's what people do. I've been doing these sales almost 20 years, and I know that if you buy something today, you already got stuff in your car to go over there and change the locks this afternoon. Yes, you do. So we're going to give you that permission. We should tell you that you can't, but we're going to give you permission. It's part of your checkout. It's part of your contract today. Here's what the deal is. If it's unoccupied, there's nobody living there, the utilities are off, their stuff is gone, you can take possession of the property today for 3 purposes only: inspection, security, maintenance. You're not authorized to move in. It's not yours yet. You're not authorized to start tearing it up to begin construction. You don't own it till you have the deed. If you want to open it up, change the locks, secure it, put up no trespassing signs, look around, measure things, inspect, and start doing your planning, go ahead. You do not have authorization to do any of those other things. So take a look around, inspect everything, get yourself prepared. The trade-off for this is that you're going to indemnify the county and all of its agents for injury, loss, or damage. If you go into one of these beauties we're selling today and fall through the floor, it's on you. If you leave your tools there and somebody breaks in and takes them, that's on you as well. We're giving you early possession for those specific purposes, none other, and in exchange, you're releasing the county from liability. So go ahead and change the locks. Take the same precautions you would as if it was yours today, but it's not yours today, and please keep that in mind. The final part of your checkout process, and I mentioned to you a minute ago that you should not put somebody else's name on that deed form if you can't talk to them today. Here's why. The final part of your checkout process, and this is a requirement of state law. We used to have these sales and we had a lot of, I guess I'll politely call them junk dealers, would come to these sales and buy stuff only for the purpose of trying to sell it as quick as they could and make a buck. Generally speaking, those people do not take care of the property that they buy. They don't mow the grass, they don't do anything to it they don't have to do. They buy it with the only ambition of selling it, and it can sit there and rot until then. We discover they all have one thing in common. Not only do they not mow the grass, they don't pay their taxes on time either. So the state legislature has given us this tool, and it says this: if you have any other property in these two counties with taxes due from winter 2018 or before, I can't sell to you today. You can't buy. You can't be the bidder. You can't write the check to pay for it. You can't have your name on the deed. You can't have anything to do with this. This includes any property that you own, even if you don't necessarily think that you have the responsibility to pay the taxes. If you co-own property with other people, if you have properties in a business name with business partners, if you have sold somebody else a property on a land contract, you still have your name on the deed, you're selling on a contract and their taxes aren't paid, I can't sell to you today. If you try to buy, first of all, your sale's going to get canceled because we're going to take a look and check. Second of all, you have broken a law. When you check out today, you're going to be telling the clerks, you're going to be taking a little oath in front of the clerks. They are notary publics. When you make the statement to them that you have no fingerprints on any property with delinquent taxes, it's just like testifying to the judge in court. If you lie to them, it's a little crime. In Michigan, they call it perjury, and perjury in Michigan is a felony. So if you have any association with any other property in these two counties with delinquent taxes, don't bid today. You don't want to be involved here at all. If you do, somebody sitting out there right now is going, yeah, you know, I got that place over there that I rent out in the taxes. You might want to get down to the county building today and get those paid before we look at the list. That'd be my advice to you, but otherwise don't bid. Your sale will be canceled. Your file will be sent upstairs to the prosecuting attorney for a potential perjury charge. After the sale, the Michigan Property Transfer Affidavit form is the last page in your book today. This is something that you have to send in within 45 days of buying something today. You don't send it to the county, you send it to the city, the village, or the township where the property that you buy is located. This is a form that basically says, hey, there's a new owner of this property. I want you to send me the tax bills at this address from now on. Here's how much I paid. I bought it from either the St. Joseph County Treasurer or the state of Michigan. If it's in Branch County, the name you put on here is the State of Michigan Department of Treasury. That's the seller in Branch County today. You're going to tell them how much you paid for it, give them your name and address so they can send you the tax bills from now on. I don't want to be selling your stuff in 2 years. At the bottom of that page, there's a space where you sign it, and there's a whole bunch of check boxes you see on the bottom half of that form. Don't check any of them, even if you think they apply. None of them do. You have 45 days to send it in to the assessor in the city, village, or township where the property is located. If you don't send it in, they can fine you up to $200. Title insurance. Do you have to have title insurance to buy or sell property in the state of Michigan? The answer to that is no. Generally speaking, if you can get title insurance on a piece of property, you don't really need it anyway. They're giving you a title insurance on something that just ain't gonna happen, because that's how they make their money. Title insurance. Do you need to have it? You don't. If you're buying something today and you're buying it for your own personal use, you're gonna be hanging on to it for a while. It's a piece of property next door to something you already own. You're buying it as a recreational piece of property. Whatever that situation is, you don't need title insurance. Where you need title insurance is if you're buying something today that you plan to use as collateral. You're buying a piece of land, you're gonna wait a year or two, get it all cleaned up, then you're gonna use that land as collateral to borrow money to build a house on it. You'll need title insurance. If you're buying something today because you're gonna throw a coat of paint on it and sell it for 3 times as much as you paid for it, you will need title insurance if whoever buys it from you is gonna borrow the money to pay you off. You can usually get title insurance from a local agency. However, sometimes they're not experienced with tax foreclosed land. They may ask you to get a quiet title action. You have to hire an attorney and take the former owner to court and get all these. You don't have to do that. They might ask you to get deeds from all the, you don't have to do that either. If you can't find title insurance locally from somebody without a whole laundry list of expensive things that need to be done, call some of these people instead. First American Title in Detroit has an office that specializes in tax foreclosed property. Sun Title in Grand Rapids also works very closely with tax foreclosed property. And that one on the middle of the screen there, the SNP Title Agency, that's up in Indian River. They will write tax foreclosed title insurance policy anywhere in the state of Michigan. So there's some options for you there. We told you earlier that the treasurer became the owner of this land on April the 1st because people involved did not pay. If you have some kind of an encounter with somebody that claims that they bought this property from somebody else, that they have a lien against it, anything of that nature, if you run into anybody that claims to have an interest in this land that you're buying today, here's what you need to remember. If it's before that date, it's gone. It does not exist, and the court says so. There's a judgment on file with the circuit court in the county where the property is located. April the 1st is the cutoff date. If somebody bought this on March 31st from somebody else, they just threw their money away. It's gone. Anything that was in existence as of that date is gone. Anything after that date is your liability. Anything that we are aware of is included in today's minimum bid. If the city's been out there mowing the lawn and they sent the county treasurer the bill, it's already in the minimum bid. If they're mowing it today and a bill pops up, it belongs to you. Anything that we are aware of is already included in today's minimum bid. That is the effective date of your purchase. The list of things that could become liabilities for you after that date is fairly short. If it's in a property owners or homeowners or condominium association, you assume liability for those membership fees after that date. I don't think there's anything in this list that does have those fees. If I see something, I'll mention it. But if it accrues after that date, it belongs to you. If you buy something and it's in a homeowners association and the last guy didn't pay his fees for 3 or 4 years, you don't have to pay them. Anything before that date is gone. The other thing you might run into, if it has city water and city sewer, even if it's been turned off for a couple years, sometimes there's a very small fee just to be connected to their system, a few dollars a month. They use it to retire their debt. If there is such a charge, your liability for that is from April the 2nd to today and nowhere before that date. Very specifically, if you're buying something today and it's in one of the cities or villages that has municipal utility service, you're going to want to write those 4 numbers down at the top of that screen. 7258. That's the number of a Michigan Attorney General opinion. It's written. You can Google it. You can look it up. Michigan Attorney General opinion number 7258 says 2 things specifically. If you buy property today and it's on city water and city sewer, if you call them to turn it on and the last owner didn't pay their water bill, they can't make you pay it. It's not your bill. Municipal utility bills also die on that date. You're liable for anything before April the 2nd, not anything after. It also says that if they refuse to turn the service on unless you pay that bill, They can't do that either. The old water bill is the former owner's bill. It's not your bill. So if you're buying something and it's got municipal utility service connected to it, write down 7258. You'll definitely want to be able to look that up if you run into that situation. We talked about possession. If it's an unoccupied building, if it's vacant land, we're giving you possession, not ownership, possession today. Inspection, security, and maintenance only. No other permitted activities at those properties. What if you buy something and there is somebody there? It happens. If you buy a piece of property, if there's somebody there, there is no such thing in Michigan as a squatter. You have no right to just march up to the door and demand that they leave your property because you bought it today. That is not, you'd have to explain why to the district court judge, and I don't think you'll get far with that. If there's somebody in a property in Michigan, they are considered an occupant, and you have two options, even if they moved in last night. If there are people there today, you can either evict them through the district court process, or you can negotiate that they leave. Some people call that cash for keys. You may contact, you offer them a few $100s. Don't pay them till they've already got their stuff in the truck and they're headed down the road. But you can negotiate something. It's often faster, and you'll get the property back in better condition. My advice to you is this: if you buy something today, I think we are probably going to sell a couple pieces that have somebody in them. If you already know who it is, if you're the neighbor, if you're a friend or a relative, you're buying something back for somebody, congratulations that they get to stay. If you buy something, there's somebody there, you don't know who it is, I urge you not to just march up to the door and knock on it and be confrontational. There's a lot of emotion sometimes in these situations. It may not work out well. Find a neighbor, somebody that lives next door or very nearby every occupied property, somebody that lives very close to there, makes it their business to know everybody else's business in the neighborhood. Every neighborhood's got one. Find that person, ask them who lives there, how to contact them, whether or not they're stable and approachable, or whether they might be volatile or upset. If you don't think the neighborhood that you live in has a nosy Nancy who pays a business to everybody else's business, I'll bet it's you. Every neighborhood's got one. What you're buying today, I'm selling you a piece of land, and whatever is physically attached to that land that was owned by the former owner. I cannot sell you the Culligan Man's water softener because we don't own it. You're buying buildings, driveways, septic tanks, TV antennas, the furnace, the water heater. You're buying whatever's attached to that land that was owned by the former owner. If you buy something today and you go inside of it and there's a brand new Harley Davidson sitting in the garage, it's not yours. Automobiles, RVs, campers, motorcycles, appliances, furniture, clothing, anything in or on the property that can be removed without the use of tools, we have no title to it. We foreclosed on taxes on the land and what's attached to it. We have nothing to do with anything else that's there. If there is something there of value, make contact with whoever it belongs to. Again, the neighbor is a very good source of information on contents and who might own something. Give them an opportunity to come and get their stuff before you get rid of it. There's no rule on how you contact them. There's no rule on how long you have to give them. Just give them an opportunity to get their stuff. Don't just throw it away, dispose of it, keep it, sell it, unless you might want to end up in front of the district court judge explaining why you shouldn't have to pay them for the things that you got rid of. Take pictures of things before you throw them away. If it's just garbage, by golly, get rid of it. But if you think there's something there somebody might argue about, evidence what it is and give them the chance to come and get it before you get rid of it. We do not warrant the title to mobile, modular, or manufactured homes. Generally speaking, that's a raised redneck ranch. Generally speaking, something like this stays on the property. Once in a while, somebody might come back and say, I'm taking my mobile home with me. In order for them to do so, make them show you an order from the court that authorized. You don't have to take somebody's word. If there is a situation where one person owned the land, somebody else owns something on it, even if it is attached, if they never got notice of these proceedings, there may be a situation where a judge will let them take it. We have seen modular homes on concrete block foundations removed with permission of the court. because there was a lien against it, and the person that held the lien was never sent notice, something of that nature. If it's held by a third party, if there's a third party ownership or lien interest, and they were not served notice of the tax foreclosure, we can't sell it to you because we don't have title. So please remember, anything that has ever had a separate title to it, anything that's ever had wheels underneath it, could be removed by court order. So we cannot warrant title to those. When we bid, and we're almost about ready to get started here, it's going to be like riding a teeter-totter. I might have 6 people here that want, and we do have a way to deal with some of the situations, but if I have a piece of property where I got a bunch, 2 or 3 or 4 people who want to bid on it, I'm gonna deal with 2 at a time, just like that teeter-totter. When somebody's tired and gets off, I'll put somebody else on. Most of you are brand new at this. You've never been to one of these before. Here's a couple of boo-boos we see people make. That bid card you've got in your hand, treat it like it's American Express. Don't leave it on your chair when you leave. You might be buying a whole bunch of property today you didn't plan on. Turn it back in where you got it. If you have a cell phone, a baby, somebody that's hard of hearing with you, put your phone on silent or vibrate. If you need to have a conversation, take it outside. If your husband has exceeded the authority you gave him last night, you told him he could bid up to $5,000 and he's just gone past 30, and you need to correct him. We'll have an ambulance waiting in the parking lot. Don't do it in here. We have to be able to hear and concentrate. If you make a mistake, people bid on the wrong piece of property, they get all excited. They start waving that card around and they realize they bought something by mistake. Let us know instantly as soon as you realize you've done that. Same thing with misunderstanding the bid price. If you make a mistake, let me know before the other bidders hit that door and I can still resell the property. Please be considerate of everybody here. We will be considerate of you as well. We sometimes have situations where somebody is here that has lost property and they're trying to buy it back. We're not selling something today because we're picking on you. We're selling it because legally it is foreclosed. There's a court order that says so, and state law says that it has to be sold between 2 certain dates, and that's why we're here. We're just here today doing our job. We will be considerate of you if you're considerate of us. We're just here doing what the process requires. Finally, when we say a piece of property is sold, it is. This is a particular trouble that I have with old guys. I never run into this with the younger people. I don't run into it with the ladies. It's the old guys. Grandpa told them that if you go to the auction and you wait till he says sold before you bid the first time, you save money. You know what? Grandpa was right. You will save money because you're not buying anything today. Get that card in the air early. I'll come back and look for whoever I know is interested in that property. If you wait till I say sold to bid for the first time, you're out. I'm not going to reopen it because you think you're saving money by waiting until the last second. I am not an auctioneer. I do not do the yabba dabba do. There are going to be no cattle walking behind me today. I'm going to be pointing at the high bidder. I'm going to be repeating the bid. I'm going to say going once. If I say going once and you're sitting over there and you're interested in it, you better have that cart a wagon. When I say going twice, if I have not recognized you, shout at me or make some noise. Once we say it's sold, it is. Any other questions before we get going? Anybody anywhere? Then we're going to start selling. I told you yes.
Are any keys delivered to existing locks on buildings?
If we change locks at all, we change them on one door just to get inside and take pictures. We're not there to change all the locks. That means the last owner probably has keys to everything else. You're going to have to break in and you're going to want to change locks on the whole place. We don't have any keys to anything that's there right now. A lot of times we can get in without breaking a lock and we just lock up behind ourselves when we go. Because half the time you guys have already let yourselves in. So I'm going to give you a real quick idea here about a few pieces we've got that seem to be pretty popular. We're going to move those to the front of the book. They include number 1212 on Colon Road. In Branch County, then we got a bunch of them in St. Joe that are more popular than the others. They include 6200, I'll give you these numbers twice, 6202, 6203, 6219, 6225, 6230, and 6231. I'll read those off a second time. These are the most popular pieces. We're going to sell these first. It'll keep things moving along pretty quickly and get most of you out of here in record time. In Branch County, number 1212. In St. Joe, 6200, 6202, 6203, 6219, 6225, 30, and 31. So we're going to sell those first, then we'll go back through the book and sell what's left, skipping the pieces that nobody in the room wants to bid at. Before anything though, we're going to start out with number 1200. This got opened up kind of by mistake before the sale. So the people watching online have been wondering why this piece has been open for like the last 45 minutes. We're just going to get this out of the way so we can sell and close it. Number 1200 is on Mendon Road. It's a vacant parcel. It's a little over 5 acres out in the Sherwood area. I've got 4 bids that came in before 11 o'clock online today. In your book, you'll see that it says $2,400. I'm already at $3,800 with online bids. Anybody in the room want to give me 39? That's $100, that increment we talked about before the sale. Anybody in the room here for this piece at 3,900? I've got 39 there. What about 4,000 back in the corner? Now 4,100. 41 to you, now 42. 42 back in the corner, I got 41 right there in the middle of the room. I got 42 with an advanced bid online.
Yep.
Now 4,300. He said he's done. $4,200 is bid in online before 11 o'clock today. I got $4,200 bid online. Anybody in the room at 4,300? 43 going once.
Yep, 44.
Now we've got an advanced bidder that came in before 11 o'clock today and somebody bidding that's watching that camera right there. You want to bid? 5,000? 45. What do you have online already?
45.
45. I need 46 from you. Anybody in the room at 4,700? What about online? $4,600 with a bidder right here in the room. I need 4,700. 46 going once. Twice. You bought it. $4,600. What's your bidder number? 4,600, number 420. A very popular number. Oh, I see what kind of crowd I got. My backup bidder is online. Tell you really quickly a couple things. She just won that for $4,600. I'm going to put that in my computer right here. She can check out right now. She doesn't have to wait at all. Also, we collect the information on the backup bidder. She won that for $4,600. Let's say that she's going out to her car to get her checkbook and she gets run over by a beer truck. It could happen. Or a pot, no, it's pot coming trucks, not yet. If the winning bidder cannot or will not pay, we will contact the backup bidder at our option. We're not gonna do it on a $100 lot, but on anything else we will. We will contact the backup bidder and offer them the property for 1 increment below the final sale price. She bought it for 45. If she can't or won't pay, we'll contact the backup bidder, that's online. They get offered the property for 1 increment less, which in this case would be 4,500. If you get that call, it's not negotiable. Don't go there. It's yes or no. That's all we're authorized to do by the law, is 1 bid increment below the final sale price. So that one's sold. And now we're going to go down to number 1212. There, I do have a note here that bidder 338. If you're in the room, they need to see you out in the lobby. Number 1212 is next. Branch County. This is on Colon Road out Bronson Way, about 3/4 of an acre of land. Does need some attention, but it's in fair condition. May still be occupied. We saw signs of activity around there. I've got an online bid for this one at $2,600 already. They'll go higher, and I know how high they'll go. How many in the room would give me $3,000 for that piece of property? If you would, show me your card. If I got, see, I got a few of you. Here's a little game we play. It makes this go an awful lot faster. You keep your card in the air until I say a number you don't like. Then you just take your card down. We get from 0 to a million a lot quicker this way. 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8, 9, $10,000, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,000, 16, 17. I'm going to start with you at 17,000. Isn't that better than going $100 at a time? I got 17,000 back there. Who wants to give me 17,250? Anybody? 17,250. What about 17 and a half? 18 and a half. 18.5, now 19. 18,750, that's as low as I can go. 18,750, now 19,000. Having a family conference, 19 and a quarter. It's only money. I got 19,000 back there. Anybody in the room at 19,250? I saw another card over here, 19,250. 19.5, how about 20 and a half? 21 and a half. 22 and a half. 22 and a quarter. That's as low as I can go. I got you on at 22,000. Anybody in the room at 22,250? Anybody anywhere? Going once. 22,250. 22.5. Now he said he's all done. 22,250 back there in the corner. Anybody at 22.5? Anybody in the room? What about you? You want it? You sure? This is your chance. I got 22,250 back there with you. Anybody in the room at 22.5? Going once. 22.5. 22,750. 22.5 down front now. Anybody in the room at 22,750? Going once. Twice. You bought it. 22.5. 342. 342, correct? I just want to verify that. And my backup bidder number back there, what is that for when his wife finds out? Honey, where's the vacation money? Oh, I bought a deer camp. Might be living there tonight. Now we're going to jump down to St. Joe County, number 6,200, first one on that page. I've got at least 5 bidders in the room that want to buy this one. It's on Findlay Road, Burr Oak Way. You can buy this one for a lot of money and then you'll be Burr Oak. I only get to use that joke once a year. I say it in other places, they just don't get it. 6,200. We believe that the occupants here, if they're still here, are renters. There are 2 mobiles. Yes, there are 2 mobiles here. I think one of them's pretty rough. Findlay Road. $3,300 is what I need for this one. How many bidders in this room will give me 4,000? Show me your cards if you give me 4,000 for this one. Oh, come on. I'm going to call your mom. I know that there's 5 people here that will give me 3,300. Who wants to give me 33? Findlay Road, Burr Oak. I got 3,300 with you. Who wants to give me 3,400? 34, now 35, 36, 37, 3,800. You want to give me 4,000? 4. What about 45? How about 5,000? 55, 55, 51. We'll do it the slow, painful way if we have to. 51, 52, 53, 54, now 55. 10 seconds of my life that are just 56, 57, 58, 59, $6,000. How much? 65. What about 7? 66. It's the only one like it I got today. You'll not find another one in the wholesale today that's got 2 mobiles on it. 66, 6,500 back there. 65 going once. 66, 67, 68, 69. 7,000, how about 75? 8,000, 85. 9,000, 95. 10 and a half. I get 10,000. What about 10 and a quarter? That's as low as I can go. 10 and a quarter, 10 and a half, 10, 750. 11,000, 11 and a quarter. 11 and a half. 11, 750. 12,000. What about 12 and a half? 13 and a half. 14 and a half. 14 and a quarter. I got 14,000 with you. Anybody in the room at 14,250? 14,000 going once. Twice. You bought it 14,357. Backup bidder, what's your number back there? 219 is my backup bidder. Now we're jumping down to 6202. By golly, another trailer. Occupied. Beware of the man-eating dog. I got about a half dozen people in the room that want to give me a couple $1,000s for this one. I've got an online bid that opens it up at 2,000, and I know how high they'll go. If you'll give me $2,500 for that one, show me your card. How many do I have? Couple. There they are. 2,500. Keep your card up till I say a number you don't like. It goes quicker. 2,500, 3,000, 3,500, $4,000, 4,500. I'm going to start with you at $4,500. Anybody in the room want to give me 46?
Yep.
46 online. Now 4,700 and 48.
Yep.
49 and now $5,000. 49 and 5,000 now 51, 5,200.
Yep.
53 now 5,400.
Yep.
5,500 now 56.
Yep.
57, 58. 5,700 in the room. Going once. 58, 59, now 6,000. 61, 62, 63, 64. 63, 64, 65, now 66. 67, now 6,800. 69, and now $7,000. You want to give me 7,500? 75, what about 8,000? 85, 9,000, 95, 91. That's as low as I can go. I got 9,000 in the back row. Anybody want to give me 91? 9,000 back there going once. 9,000 going twice. Sold it 9,357. My backup bidder right down here is 445. $6,203 is next on Riverside Drive. About a third of an acre, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, lots of debris. Generally fair conditions, got an upgraded electrical service. I've already got $4,800 bid online between 3 advanced bids. I've got a few people here in the room for this one as well. Who wants to give me $5,000 for that one? Show me a card if you give me $5,000. I'm going to start there at 5,000. You want to give me 5,500? What about 6,000? 65, 7,000, 7,500, 8,000, $7,600. I've got $7,500 right there. Anybody in the room want to give me $7,600? 7,500 going once. 76, 77, 78, 79, 8,000, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88. I got $8,700 with you. Anybody in the room at 8,800? What about online? $8,700 right there going once. Twice. It's yours. $8,700, 260. My backup bidder, what's his number? 278. Now we're going to go down to Number 6219. This takes us out to Sunnyfield Road, Sturgis Way, one-story home, two-car, attached garage. Got some debris. They've already burned some of it for you. It's out there in the yard. I got 6 bids online on this one and several people in the room, but they might not like the price already. It says $3,700 in that book. I'm already at $10,250 with online bidders. I know how high they'll go. If you'll give me $11,000 for that one, show me your card, leave it in the air until I say a number you don't like. 11,000, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, $20,000, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I'm going to start with you at $25,000. I've got 25 and a quarter bid online.
Yep.
Now I need 20 and a half. I've got it right there. My advance bid has now expired. If we get another bid from over there, it's somebody watching that camera. I got 20 and a half with you.
Yep.
20,750 online. 21,000. Anybody in the room want to give me 21.5?
26.
26.
Your asking price is 26.
Oh, that's right. 26 is what I need. I've got it there. Who wants to give me 26 and a half? I slipped a digit. 26 and a half behind you. How about 27 and a half? 27.5, 28, 5, 29, 5, 30,000, 30 and a half, 30 and a quarter. That's as low as I can go. I've got 30,000, 30 and a quarter, 30 and a half, 30,750. 30,750 in back. I've got 30 and a half right in the middle of the room. Anybody else here at 30,750?
Yep.
Got it online. 31 and a quarter. 31,000 in the room right there.
Yep.
31 and a quarter, 31.5, 31,750.
Yep.
32 and a quarter.
Yep.
32.5, 32,750.
Yep.
33,000, 33 and a quarter.
Yep.
You want to jump the bid to 34? 34 and a quarter.
Yep.
What about 35? 35 and a quarter. 35,000 in the room.
Yep.
35 and a quarter online. What about 36? He's all in. Now 36 and a quarter. 36,000. Going once.
Yep.
36 and a quarter. 37,000. 37 and a quarter. This is a live bidder watching that camera. 37
Yep.
and a quarter. 38 and a quarter. 38,000 in the room.
Yep.
38 and a quarter online. 39,000 in the room. 39 and a quarter.
Yep.
30. Now I need 40. 40,000. 40 and a quarter. 40,000 in the room.
Yep.
40 and a quarter. 41 and a quarter. 41,000 in the room.
Yep.
41 and a quarter online. 42,000. 42 and a quarter is the online price.
Yep.
43,000. 43 and a quarter.
Yep.
44,000. 44 and a quarter.
Yep.
45,000. 45,250.
Yep.
46. He's thinking now. 46 and a quarter.
Yep.
46.5. 46,750. 40.
Yep.
Now 47 and a quarter. 47,000 in the room. Going once. Going twice. You bought it. 47,399. The backup bidder on that one is online. Number 6225 is where we're going next. Got 2 or 3 more, and then we go back to the beginning of the book. 6225 is on Forest Street in Colon. 2 parcels here that are adjacent, so we're selling them together. Never know where your septic system is. Always a good idea to buy them both. Says it's across the street from a lake. Palmer, does anybody know? Is that where this is, by Palmer or one of the others? Anyway, 6225 says $6,600 in the book. My starting price with my 7 online bidders is $8,800. I've got about a dozen people in the room here today to buy this one. If you'll give me $9,000 for that one, show me your card. We'll play that game again and get there quicker. 9,000, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, $20,000, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30,000, 30. I'm going to start with you at $30,000. Who wants to give me 30 and a half in the room today? 30 and a half, 31 and a half, 32 and a half, 33 and a half, 34 and a half, 35 and a half, 36, 35,750. I've got 35 and a half in the back of the room. Anybody at 30, 35,750 now, 36,000. 36 and a quarter. I got 36,000 back there. Anybody here at 36,250? What about online? Oh, you were sleeping, weren't you? You didn't want to hold, you were afraid your arm was going to get tired. That's cheating. 36 and a quarter. 36 and a half. 36,750. 37,000. He said he's done. 36,750 down front. Anybody in the room at 37,000?
Yep.
What? 37 online. 37 and a quarter. 37.5. 37 and a quarter right down front. Anybody in the room at 37.5? Going once. 37.5. 37,750. Now he said he's done. 37.5 back there. Anybody in the room at 37,750?
Yep.
37,750 now, $38,000. 38 and a quarter. 38 in the back of the room. Going once. Going twice. 38,000. What's the bidder number? 38,283. My backup bidder is online. $62.30. Should have some fireworks here. If you came today thinking you were going to steal this one, you're going to be disappointed. Michigan Avenue, White Pigeon. I've got 5 bids for this one. 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, 2-car detached garage. It's connected to city utilities. Remember what we told you about the Attorney General opinion there. Right behind Wagner Foods, you won't have to go far to get your beer for the night, or you can sit down and watch TV right in the living room of this one. $10,750 is what it says in the book. I've got 5 bids online. We're starting at $13,250. I've got 15 bidders in the room that are about ready to put their cards up in the air. We're off to the races on this one. 15 bidders, it'll give me $14,000. Show me your card if you give me 14,000. 14,000, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, $20,000. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. I'm going to start with you at $28,000. Who wants to give me 28,250? 28,250, 28 and a half. How about 29 and a half? 30 and a half. Either one of you at 30 and a half? 30 and a quarter. I got 30,000 back there. Anybody in the room at 30,250? 30,000 way back there, and 30 and a quarter, 30 and a half, 30,750. boss is talking to him. 30,750, I got 30 and a half with you. 30,500, going once.
Yep.
30,750, now 31 and a quarter.
Yep.
31 and a half, 31,750.
Yep.
32,000, 32 and a quarter.
Yep.
You want to give me 33, 33 and a quarter.
Yep.
What about 34 and a quarter?
Yep.
35, 35, 35 and a quarter. Ooh, 35,000.
Yep.
And a quarter, 35,500. 35,750.
Yep.
36,000. 36 and a quarter.
Yep.
36 and a half. I've got 36 and a quarter with an online bidder. Anybody in the room at 36.5? 36 and a quarter online. Going once. Twice. Sold it online, 36,250. My backup bidder, what's his number back there? 219. One more, then we go back to the beginning of the book. 6231. US 131, white pigeon. About an acre and a third. Last we knew this was occupied, so we didn't get a real up close and friendly look at it. You're buying it from roadside view. I've got 4 bids online. I got a bunch of people here in the room that want to buy this one too. Minimum bid in the book says 11,000. I'm at $19,250 online. I know how high they'll go. If you'll give me $20,000 for that one, show me your card. Let's play that game one more time. 20,000, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. I'm going to start with you at 29,000. I got more than that bid online. Anybody in the room want to give me 30? I got 29 over there. 29 and a quarter?
Yep.
What about 30? 30,000. 30 and a quarter?
Yep.
What about 31? I got 30 and a quarter with an online bidder. Anybody in the room want to give me 30,500? 30,500. Now 30,750.
Yep.
How about 31? And a quarter.
Yep.
You want to give me 32? You don't want to, but you have to. 32? 32 and a quarter.
Yep.
What about 33,000? 33 and a quarter.
Yep.
34,000. 40,000. I like the way you bid. I got 40,000. You want a part-time? You can travel with us. $40,000. I'll even buy dinner. I got 40,000 there. Anybody want to give me 40 by lot? I got 40 and a quarter online.
Yep.
How about 41? $45,000 in the room. Gonna give me 45 and a quarter? Anybody at 45 and a quarter? We had one property this year going up 50,000 bucks at a crack, not far from here.
Yep.
45 and a quarter, 45 and a half. Now 45,750. 45 and a half right there in the room. 45.5 going once. Twice. You bought it 45.5. Show me the bidder number. 45.5, 1177. I can't tell you if you have any other delinquent taxes in these counties. You don't. He says he's squeaky clean. My backup bidder is online. We'll go back to the beginning of the book, Branch County. Number 1,200 we already sold. 1201 is our next one. Is anybody in the room here to bid on 1201? We're going to skip the ones nobody wants. I do have a bidder right here, so we'll open it up. 1201 is on Mendon Road, not too far from number 1200. I do have an online bid for this one at $1,100, so I need 1,200 from you. I've got 1,200 there. 13 over here, now 1,400. 15, now 16. Look at all the empty chairs we have now. 17, 1,800, now 19, and $2,000. $3,000. You want to give me 3,500? What about 4,000? 45, 5,000. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57. I got $5,600 with the lady right here. Anybody in the room at 5,700? 56 going once, twice. 57, he's back, now 58, 5,900, and now 6,000. 61, now 62. All done? I got 6,100 right there. Anybody in the room? 62, 63, 62 with you. Anybody in the room at 6,300? 60, 63, 64, 65. Keep going. If you know, that's the amazing thing about an auction. If you keep bidding, I guarantee you'll win. I got 60. Where am I at? 60. I can't. We usually have the screen further back and I can see it. I've got $6,400 with you. Anybody in the room want to give me 65? 6,400 right here. Going once, twice. 65 back there, new player, now 66. 67. 67, come on, money bags. I know you got it. I can smell it from here. 67, now 68. 6,900. 68 with the lady down front. Going once, twice. 69, 7,000. 7,100. 71, 7,000 with the lady right down front, going once. Going twice. You bought it, 7,000. It's at 420. Bidder number 7,420. My backup bidder, what's your number back there? 338. Is there a bidder here for number 1202 on Chippewa Drive? Any right there and over here? Let's sell that one. 1202 Chippewa Drive, Union City. It's another trailer. Occupied last we knew. We don't know if there's somebody there now, but there was somebody at the time we were by there. I've got a $2,700 bid online. They'll go higher. You want to give me 28, 28 there, 29. Now 3,000, 3,100, now 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and $4,000. 4,100, 42, 43, 44, 45. You want to give me $5,000 for that? 5,000, what about 5,500? 51, 52, 53, 54, now 55. I got 54 over here. Anybody in the room at 5,500?
Yep.
55 online, now 56 and 57. 57, anybody over here? 57, I got 56 over here going once.
Yep, 64.
Ooh, they've been not sleeping there. 64 now, 6,500, now 66.
Yep.
6,700, now 68. 6,700.
Yep, 76.
76, they wanted awful. Maybe this is the one that has gold in it. Somebody dropped their class ring. 77, 77, now 7,800.
Yep.
79, and now $8,000.
Yep.
8,100, now 82.
Yep.
83, now 84.
Yep.
85, 8,600.
Yep.
87, 88. $8,700.
Yep, 95.
9,500. 96. You're all done. Not that good. I got $9,500 with an online bidder. Anybody in the room want to give me 96? You all back in at 96? $9,500 going once, twice. Sold it online, 9,500. My backup bidder, what's that number? Number 212. Anybody here interested in number 1205? I don't think I have a bidder. Oh, I do have a bidder for it. By golly, let's sell it. 1205 Wheatfield Drive, vacant property out near Sherwood in the Magic Forest. $1,600. I've got bid right there. Anybody in the room want to give me $1,700? I've got $1,600 with you. Going once, twice. Sold it to number 242 at the minimum bid. Number 1206, I've got a bid online for it. Anybody in the room here for number 1206? If not, we'll skip it. We'll sell it to somebody online later on.
Yeah.
Anybody here for it? There. Okay, let's open that up. 1206, last time we knew, it looked like it was probably occupied. Stuff around, and it's got direct TV. I got $2,600 bid online already. You want to give me 27? 27 right there. I've got 28 online.
Yep.
29, 3,000.
Yep.
Now 3,100. 3,100 in the room. Anybody else here at $3,200? 3,100 right there going once. Twice.
Yep.
Ooh, 32, now 33. 33, now 34. 33 in the room.
Yep.
34 online, 35, now 3,600. 35 going once.
Yep.
36 online, 37. 37, now 38. 37 in the room.
Yep.
38 online, 3,900. Now $4,000 to the online bidder. 39.
Yep.
44,000, now 4,100. Just take all the beer cans back. There's enough there. 41, 42. 4,100 in the room. Going once. Twice. You bought it. 4,100, 291. Backup bidder is online. On the next page, I have nothing circled in the copy of the book that I've got, which means I have no online bids and nobody in the room wants them, but we'll find out. Anybody here today for number 1207? Right there. We'll take your money. We're not proud. $550 for the one on Railroad Street in Sherwood. I've got a $550 bid right there. Anybody in the room at 600? 550 going once, twice. Sold it, number 242 at the minimum bid. What about number 1208? Anybody here today for 1208? We'll skip it and sell it later on. Number 1209. Anybody here for this one? It's in Union City on St. Joseph Street, 1209. Anybody here for that? I see people reading through the book, wondering if they should buy it. If you haven't seen something with your own two eyes, keep your hands in your pockets. You'll be happier later on. I've seen people do it over and over. 1210. Anybody here for number 1210? Back there, I have one. Also in St. Joseph Street in Union City. Number 1210, $600. I've got bid right there. Anybody want to give me $650 for that one? $600. Going once. Going twice. That's yours. What's number 476? That's the minimum bid. What about number 1211 while we're in Union City on Charlotte Street? Anybody here today for 1211? Skip that one. On the next page, we already sold number 1212. I've got some bids for number 1213 online. It's in Coldwater on West Chicago Road, vacant parcel. Anybody in the room to bid on 1213? Right here she is. We'll open it up. I got a couple of bids online on 12/13. They're starting me at $500. I know how high they'll go. Gonna give me 550? 550 now 6.
Yep.
650? $700.
Yep.
7.5. Now 8.
Yep.
8.5. 9.
Yep.
9.5. $1,000.
Yep.
What about 1,100? Now 12.
Yep.
1,300. I got $1,200 bid online. Anybody in the room want to give me 1,300?
Yep.
Oh, we have an advanced bidder. I know how high they'll go, and we got somebody else bidding watching that camera. It's at 13. Anybody want to give me 14? You should have a proxy at 14.
Yeah, we're at 14.
Oh, we're at 14 now. Anybody want to give me $1,500 for that one? 1,400 with an online bidder, going once, twice. Sold it online, $1,400. The backup bidder is also online. I'll take your number as the backup bidder. 378. Anybody here today to bid on 12/16? I see one back there. I've got it bid online as well. I'll open it up with the online bid of $5,000. House has some potential. It's on Winona in Bronson. I need, gonna give me 6,000? 61.
Yep.
What about 7,000? 71.
Yep.
8,000. 81.
Yep.
82. 83.
Yep.
84. $10,000, he shouts out, runs everybody away. Now I need 10.25. Who wants to give me 10.25? Oh, 10.25 right in front of you, 10.5? 11. How about 11.5? Now 12. 13. 12.5. 13.5. 13.25. 13.5. 13,750. I got 13,750, now 14.25. I got 14,000 back there in the corner. Anybody in the room want to give me 14,250? 14,000 going once, twice. 14,000 it is, number 219. My backup bidder in front of him, what's that number? 217. Do I have a bidder in the room for number 1219? 1219, it's on Park Avenue. Then we're gonna go down to number 1221. Anybody here for the one on Munson and Coldwater? 1221. Anybody here to buy that one today? Then we'll skip it. On the next page, I have one circled there from online bids, nothing circled in the room, but we'll find out. What about on Montgomery Street in Coldwater? Anybody here for 1222? Do I have a bidder for 1222? What about 1223? I do have online bids for 1223. I've got somebody in the room that wants it opened up. Two-story brick home does need some attention to the roof, but it's got a lot of potential. My minimum bid you see listed in the book is $12,500. I've already got a bid online of $14,750. They'll go higher, only I know. Gonna give me 15,000? 15.25.
Yep.
What about 16.25?
Yep.
17.25.
Yep.
$18,000. 18.25.
Yep.
19.25.
Yep.
$20,000. I got 19.25 online, 19.5, 19,750.
Yep.
Now 20,000. 19,750 with an online bidder. Anybody in the room want to give me $20,000 for that one? 19,750 online. 20,000. 20.25.
Yep.
20.5. I got 20.25 with an online bidder. Anybody in the room at 20,500? 20.25 going once, twice. Sold it online for $20,250. My backup bidder What's your number back there? Number 229. $12.24. Do I have a bidder in the room for $12.24? I don't see one. There's a $12.25 in my book that isn't in my data, and I'm wondering if for some reason it's pulled. Do we know the commercial building downtown? So it's still supposed to be sold? It's not in my database. I'm just noticing. Do you see it in yours? $12.25? Is it there to even open up? I guess we're not selling that one today. It's just not in our stuff. It's in the book, but it's nowhere else. Was anybody here to buy that one? It's not even circled in my book. It's not on the website, so we'll just assume that it's gone. Let's go to St. Joseph County. We already sold number 6200. Do I have a bidder in the room for 6201? Anybody here for the one on Sycamore Drive? Couple of you. Let's sell that one. 6201 Sycamore Drive. They took the water heater and the furnace with them, so it's going to be a cold day there. They call that harvesting. It's also got some roof issues to it. I've got a $1,600 bid online. I know how high they'll go. Who wants to give me $2,000 for that one? Anybody in the room? 2,000 there. Anybody else here want to give me 2,500? I got $2,100 online.
Yep.
22, 23,
Yep.
24, 25,
Yep.
26. You know, this would make a perfect place for your mother-in-law. You invite the relatives over a couple times, tell them they can stay there, they'll never come back. I got $2,500 with an online bidder. Anybody in the room at 2,600? 25 going once, twice. Sold it online, $2,500. My backup bidder. What's your number, backup bidder? Backup bidder. Number 144. Happens to all of them. Backup bidders always drift off. We already sold number 6202 and number 6203. Is there a bidder in the room for 6204 at the bottom of that page? I got a couple of online bids. I'll sell it later if nobody here wants it. And okay, let's open it up. 6204. We're in Winding Rivers Acres, Constantine Way. The neighbor's stuff is kind of sprawled across the line. There's a mobile home pad here. It's been removed. It was taken by aliens in the middle of the night. I just made that up. 6204, I've got two online bids. They're starting me at $3,100. I know how high they'll go. You want to give me 32? Anybody in the room at 3,200? Somebody wanted it a minute ago. Anybody at 32? $3,100 online, going once.
Yep.
Now we've got an advanced bid and an online bidder. This might take just a second, depending on how far they want to go. We'll give them a second here to run with it. We will be in Decatur tomorrow. And then what? Is that Friday?
That's Friday.
Then we got 4 days. I'm going fishing. And if anybody tries stopping me, they're going to get hurt. $4,100. Does it look like they're done? 41's what we got? I need 42. Anybody in the room want to give me $4,200? 41 online, going once, twice. $4,100 online. The backup bidder is also online. You already know that. 1225 was pulled. Ooh. Who's they? We didn't sell them anyway. Good. The three at the end of the Branch County book were all pulled. Well, not the 12 19, 1221, 1225 were pulled. They were in the book for some reason. Oh, they weren't even listed. $62.05 is not circled in my book by anybody in the room. I do have it sold online. If anybody in the room is interested in it, let me know. $62.05. This is in Winding Rivers Acres also. Nobody? Let's go on by it. What about 6206? I've got it circled. Is there somebody here for 62? Right there, a couple of them. 6206 on US 12. Sturgis Way. Overall poor condition. The floors are warped. My typical analysis of warped floors where the roof looks good usually means frozen plumbing. It freezes below the floor, it absorbs it, and then everything above it warps. That's usually what happens with frozen plumbing. So I think that's what's going on here, but I have not seen it firsthand. If the roof's good and the floors are warped, it's usually frozen plumbing. $4,300 is what I need for it. Where do I have it? 43, 43, now 4,400, 45. You want to give me 5,000? What about 5,500? 6,000, 6,500, 61, 61 back there, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, now $7,000. Talking with the boss, 7,000, 7,100, now 72. I got 7,100 back there, 72 over here. You want to give me 75? 75, how about 8,000? What about 8,500? Now 9,000. 95, 91. 9,000 over here. 9,000 going once. 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, $10,000. 10 and a quarter. 10 and a half. 10,750. 11,000. 11 and a quarter. 12,000. 12 and a quarter. 12 and a half. 12,750. Now 13. 13, lucky number. 13 and a quarter. 13 and a half. 13.5 is what I needed. 13.5, 13,750, now 14,000. 14 and a quarter. 14.5. 14.5. 14,750. $15,000. You can't buy a tank of gas for that. Now 15 and a quarter. 15 and a half. He got too much money, is that what you said? I got 15 and a quarter, I think is where I was at. 15 and a quarter back there with you. Anybody in the room at 15.5? 15 and a quarter going once. Twice. 15 and a quarter, what's the bidder number? 15 and a quarter, 219. My backup bidder, what's your number? 1176. See, now he's gone. Now you can spend your money. As soon as you start bidding, I'm going to call him back in. Anybody in the room for 6207 North Street? 62, right back there. North Street, Three Rivers. Is this Lockport, Fabius? 6207. I've already got a $2,800 bid online. You want to give me 3,000? How about 29? 29, 3,000.
Yep.
31, 32.
Yep.
33, 34. Yep. $3,500. 35 in the room. Anybody want to give me 36?
Yep.
36 with a live bidder on the camera. 37, now 38. $3,700 in the room. Going once.
Yep. 4,000.
$4,000 online, now 4,100 and 42. 41, going once.
Yep, 43.
4,300 online, now 44 and $4,500.
Yep,
45, now 46 and 4,700. 46, going once. 46 going twice.
yep,
47, now 4,849. 4,800 in the room. Going once.
yep,
49, 5,000, now 51. Why don't you buy it? You got lots of money. I got 5,000 back there going once. 5,000 in the back of the room going twice. Sold it, 5,357. My backup bidder is online. $62.09 on 6th Avenue is where I'm at now. Got a house and a barn plus a big storage building on over 4 acres of land. I'm kind of surprised this one didn't sell earlier in the first round with a bunch of people chasing it, but here it is. I got 4 bids online. I know how high they'll go. It's going to start at $12,250. Who wants to give me 13,000? Show me your card if you give me 13,000. Let's play that card game one more time. 13,000, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, $20,000, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, $30,000, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. I'm going to start with you at $36,000. Who wants to give me 36 and a quarter? Anybody else here in the room at 36,250? What about online?
yep,
36,250. You want to give me 37? 37 and a quarter. 37 and a half. 38 and a half. 39 and a half. 40,000. 40 and a half. 40 and a quarter. I got 40,000 right here. Who wants to give me 40 and a quarter online? Got anybody breathing online? I got $40,000 round numbers right there.
yep,
40 and a quarter, 40 and a half, 40,750. 40 and a half in the room, 40 and a quarter, 41,000, 41,250. 41,000 in the room. Going once. 41 and a half, 42 and a half, 43 and a half, 44 and a half, 44 and a quarter, 44,000, going 44 and a quarter, 44 and a half, 44,750, 45,000, 45 and a half, 46 and a half, 46 and a half, 46 and a quarter, 46,000, going once, twice, 46 and a quarter, 46 and a half, 46,750, 47,000. What about 47.5? 47 and a quarter, 47,000, going once, twice,
yep,
47 and a quarter, 47.5, 47,750, 47,750, 47.5, going once, twice, 47,750, $48,000, 48 and a quarter, 48.5, 48,750, 48.5, going once, twice, 48,750, 49,000, 49 and a quarter. You want to give me 50? 50,000, 50 and a quarter, 50,000 going once, twice, 50,149. My backup bidder back there, 357. Should have it memorized by now. You should have a permanent bidder number, actually. What about 6210 on South River Road? 6210, I got some online bids for it. Right there, I got somebody in the room as well. 3 bids online. There were renters here last we knew, across the street from the St. Joe River. It is. I've got a $7,300 bid already online. There's a man-eating dog here. Be careful. Gonna give you 7,400, 74 in the room. Anybody else here at 7,500? I've got 75 online.
Yep.
Gonna give me 8,000, 81.
Yep.
How about 85? 85, 86.
Yep.
What about 9,000? 9,000, 91 online?
Yep.
What about $9,500? 96 online.
Yep.
What about 10,000? He said he's all done. 97, I got 96 online. Anybody in the room want to give me 97 back there? 98.
Yep.
10, 10 and a quarter. 10 and a quarter, 10 and a half. 10, 750. I got 10 and a half with you. I got 10, 750 online.
Yep.
11,000. 11 and a quarter.
Yep.
What about 11.5? 11.5 in the room. My advance bid has now expired. I got 11.5 there. Anybody else at 11,750? 11.5, 11,750. 12,000. 12 and a quarter. 12 and a half. 12,750. 13,000. 13 and a quarter. 13 and a half. 13 and a quarter in the back. Anybody in the room at 13.5? They're having a family conference over there. Doing the math. I got 13,250 in the back row. 13.5, 13,750, and now 14,000. 13,750 in the back row. Going once. Going twice. Sold it, 13,750, 357. My backup bidder here is what number? Number 445. We still got more, you can buy something else. Anybody here today to buy 6211? Then we'll go buy that one. On the next page, we sold the one at the bottom already, 6219. The ones above that, I have all of them sold online, but we'll see if anybody in the room wants us to open them up to bid against them. Anybody here today to bid on 6213? Right there they are. They've been waiting patiently. 6213. It's one lot removed from the river. Supervisor's plat number 2. I've got a $2,600 bid already online. You want to give me 27? They don't want to give me 27. Anybody in the room want to give me 27? $2,600 already bid online. Going once, twice. Sold it online, $2,600. What about 6214 out by Lake Templine? Anybody here for 6214? We've got it sold online. We'll just sell it to them later. What about 6215? Anybody here for that one today? 6216 North Fisher Lake Road. Back there I do have a hand in the air. Vacant parcel, about 3/4 of an acre on North Fisher Lake Road. $1,400 I've already got bid online. You want to give me 15? 1,500? 15 in the, huh?
Did you say 3/4 of an acre?
Yep.
3 acres.
What I am looking at right is number 6216, right?
Oh, yeah, that, okay, yeah, no, that's not on North Fisher Lake, that's a different one. Okay, yeah, I still want that one, yes, sir.
6216 you want.
Yes, sir.
I've got $1,400 bid online. You'll give me 15, right?
Yes, sir.
15 in the room. Anybody want to give me 1,600? $1,500 right there going once.
Yep.
16 online. 1,700, now 18. Out by the gas station.
Yep.
1,900, now 2,000.
Yep.
2,100, now 22.
Yep.
23, now 24.
Yep.
25, now 26.
Yep.
Gonna give you 3,000? I got 3,000 there, 3,100 online.
Yep.
What about 3,500? 31, 32,
I got 31 online.
31, 32, 33. $3,200 in the room.
Yep.
33, now 34, and 3,500.
Yep.
36, now 37.
They can see me, right?
No, they can't see you.
Oh, man, I thought they could.
Yep.
3,800. 38, now 39. I'll tell them though that you're very ferocious. He wants you to quit bidding against him. 39 online, 38 in the room. $3,800 in the room. Going once.
Yep.
39, now 4,000. 4,000, I got 39, 4,000, now 4,100.
Yep.
4,200. You know on it? I got 41 online. 40. You know, what if they strike oil out there? I got $4,100 online.
Yep.
4,200 online. I got 2 online bidders. It's so good. 43 in the room. Now I need 44 from the online bidders.
Yep.
44, 4,500. $5,000. Now I need 51.
Yep.
52. 52. You know, that's where all the rich people live out there at Fisher Lake.
That's true, I got a boat, right?
Yeah, so you got a boat, you need to have this piece. 52 back there. Now I need 53.
Yep.
54.
Grows on trees, right?
It does grow on trees. Money tree. 55. 54 in the room. 50.
Yep.
55. Now $5,600. 56. You can put up your own whippy dip out there and sell ice cream cones. 56. $6,000, he says. Now I need 6,100. $6,000 in the room right there. Going once. Twice. You bought it. See, it worked. 6,000. What's that better number? 6,011.76. Backup bidder is online. What about 6217? Anybody in the room here for that one? Look at I got cards all over the place for that. 6217. I have 5 bidders online that like this one. It's a 3-acre parcel of land, 100 feet wide by a 1/4 mile deep. Parkville Acres, out Parkville Way. Mendon area, I think is probably where that's at. $1,400. I've already got bid online. Who wants to give me 15? 15. Look at I see cards all over the place.
3,500.
Ooh, keep your card in the air. I'm going to say numbers. Just take your card down when I say a number you don't like. 3,500, 4,000, 4,500. I'm going to start with you at $4,500. You're going to give me 5,000. What about 5,500? How about 6,000? 6,500, 7,000, 7,500, 8,000, 8,500, 86. I've got $8,500 right here. Anybody? 86, 87, 88. 89, $9,000, 91, 92, $90, $100 right there going once. 90, 100 going twice. 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, $10,000. 10 and a quarter, 10 and a half, 10 and a quarter over here. 10 and a quarter going once, twice. You bought it. 10 and a quarter. What's the bidder number? 10 and a quarter, number 140. My backup bidder is number 338. We already sold 6219. On the next page, the only thing I've got circled by somebody in the room is the one on the bottom, 6224. We'll go through the rest of them, see if anybody's interested. I got 1 or 2 of these sold online if you don't. Anybody here today for 6220? 6220. You haven't seen them, don't bid on them. That's my advice to you. 6221. Anybody here for 6221? What about 6222? May not have road access. I do have a bid online for that one. We'll sell it later. Anybody here for 6223? Do I have a bidder for 6224? My book tells me somebody wanted it circled. Right there, let's open it up. 6224, it's not finished inside. They started remodeling and then just kind of gave up, walked away. Berry Street, Colon Way. It's got boards on the windows to keep all the good stuff in. It has an added bonus, that way if you do need to put down a brand new kitchen floor, you've already got subfloor included in the deal. 6224, $4,200. Right there. Anybody want to give me 43? 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 5,000. You want to give me $5,500 for that one? How about 6,000? 6,000, what about 65? 61, 62, 63, 64, now 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, $7,000, now 7,100. 71, 72. Come on, money bags. I know you got it. Don't make me come back there and shake it out of you. 73. 73. I'm here to sell them to you, not give them to you. 73, now 74. $8,000. He's scaring you away. See how this works? I got $8,000 back there. You want an 81? Don't let him do you like that. Oh, come on. You should get irritated and just bid it up to like 50 grand. I got $8,000 right there. 8,000 going once. 8,000 going twice. You bought it $8,000 for 18. My backup bidder number is 11 something or other. 1176, I think. Is that what your number is? 1176 is my backup bidder. On the next page, we already sold the first one and the last one. Let's check the three in the middle. Anybody here today to bid on 6227 on Canarsie? And what about 6228 on rate though? I got a couple of them. Everybody wants the ones with the mold. Little vinegar takes care of that, depending on how bad it is. 6228 on Ray Street in Constantine. Does have some roof issues. 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, flat roof. Always makes sense to me in a place like Michigan. $7,400. I got it right there. 75 over there. You're going to give me 8,000 for that house? What about $8,500? 9,000, 9,500, 10,000, 10 and a half, 11 and a half, 12 and a half, 13 and a half, 14,000, 14,500, 15,000, 15,500, 15,750. I got 15,500 with you. Anybody in the room want to give me 15,750? Anybody 15,750? What about online? 15,500 with you. Going once, twice. You bought it 15,500, 439. My backup bidder right in front of him here. What's your number? 278. He lets the girlfriend hold on to the card. That way you don't get in trouble. Anybody here today to buy 6229? Washing over there, we got it. Let's open it up. 6229. There used to be a house here. It's gone now. Just the shed remains. $5,500 I've got bid right there from the guy that lives next door. He's been mowing it for the last 10 years. He says I might as well own it if I'm going to keep mowing it. Is that the plan? I got $5,500 right there. Anybody in the room want to give me 5,600? 55 going once, twice. It's your shed now. Maybe it's going to be a she shed. What's the bidder number? Number 1, 97 at the minimum bid. We already sold 6230. On the next page, we sold 6231 also. By golly, look at that. It's 2 o'clock, just like my guessing. I'm not quite done, but I'm going to get there. Anybody in the room want to give me some money for 6234? It's circled in my book. I got a bidder right there. He's going to wait for it. 6234 is in the Clark's edition to 3 Rivers. little itsy bitsy piece of land, vacant parcel, don't forget you gotta mow the stuff inside the city or they'll send you a bill. $2,300 I got right there. Anybody wanna give me 24? He lives next door, he's already been mowing it. $2,300 going once, twice. It's yours now. Bidder number is 305 at the minimum bid. Anybody here for 6237? 6238? 6239? 6240? 6241? 6243? That's all I got. By golly, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm good, aren't I? So we got, we're gonna go through the book with the online bidders. Anything that we have an online bid for from before the sale, we're gonna take those. If they've got anything else they want to open back up, we're gonna take those too. You're invited to watch if you want to. We're not going to announce them. We're just gonna show them on screen. Thanks for coming. We'll be in Decatur